Hello everyone, this is Prodigious TCC, that's Prodigious Trading Card Collector, and today we are looking at my favorite Pauper deck of all time. I'm sure there are more out there that I haven't played that are, really good, but I just love this one. It's just so fun and quirky. This is Reality Acid. So what you're going to do is, the main gist of this is get Reality Acid out. You're going to throw it onto your opponent's permanent, any of their cards. When it comes up with 3 vanishing counters, so after 3 upkeeps, this gets sacrificed, and when it leaves the battlefield, the card that it's attached to has to be sacrificed by your opponent. That's the gist of it, but we don't use the vanishing counters. We don't do that here. But before I get into it and we look at all the cards and how this deck plays, this video is sponsored by boosterhouse.ca. You can use promo code PROD10 to get 10% off your order. If you're looking for some sealed or singled magic, if you want to make a Pauper deck or get some cards out there to do some stuff, they've got that. They've got sealed and singled Pokemon, and they've got sealed and singled Legions Realms at War. So if you want to get any of that kind of stuff, use promo code PROD10 to get 10% off your order. If you want to get Guardian's Creed, it's in pre-order right now, so you cannot use the promo code for that, unfortunately. But everything else is open game. I've worked with Booster House for a while now. I've won some stuff from them, I've bought some stuff from them, and every time it comes fast, it comes well shipped, everything is fantastic. It's great to support a small local business like that, and by using my promo code you do support the channel as well, and that all goes back into the channel, trying to make things better, upgrade any equipment, all that kind of stuff. Use promo code PROD10 on boosterhouse.ca to get 10% off your order. Alright, let's take a look at this bad boy. So, Reality Acid, we're running 4 of these. Obviously, you want the 4 of them. They are 2 cost and a island as well. So, 3 cost. This is the bread and butter. That's why the deck is called Reality Acid. So, we are going to be getting these permanents on everything we can. Islands, creatures, anything you can to just hinder your opponent. You got 4 of them. And then we're going to take a look at some, let's go with, well, I'll go through the cards. I'll have the way I have them here. And then as we get to the cards that do the thing, I'll explain what's going on. So we got Spreading Seas, which is it's an enchantment, aura, enchant land. Spreading Seas enters the battlefield, draw a card, and enchanted land is an island. So this is a good way to kind of screw over your opponent. That one red mana they've got there, or that one white, or whatever it is. But we can throw this on it. Now they can't really play the way they want to because they don't have that mana that they need. And then also you get to draw a card. The drawing card is really nice because that's what you need to try and find and set up your Reality Acid. Preordain, scry 2, draw a card. Just another way to kind of set things up to get your Reality Acid running. Then we've got Faith's Fetters. Enchant permanent. When Faith's Fetters enter the battlefield, I gain 4 life. And then enchanted permanent can't attack or block, and its active abilities can't be activated unless it's a mana ability. So it's just a good way another way to kind of doink over your opponent. You can throw this on a card, and then it's basically useless for them until you get rid of it, or, it just sits there being useless. So, always nice to doink over your opponent. So now we're going to get into cards that help Reality Acid and the deck in general. These are kind of like the cards that you want that really help things move along. Now, this deck is pretty old. I haven't updated it with anything new recently. I'm sure there are cards that need to be swapped out, but these are just the cards that I had when I was playing it with my brother. I will be looking at maybe updating this one because this one's super fun. So when Journey to Nowhere enters the battlefield, exile target creature. When Journey to Nowhere leaves the battlefield, return exiled creature card to battlefield under its owner's control. So these are good for cards later down the line that I will show you when we get to my my stack of creatures at the back here. But that's exiling is kind of where we're going with Reality Acid. We're going to exile a target creature or enchantment, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. So we will exile Reality Acid, it leaves the battlefield, which means whatever it was attached to has to be sacrificed, and then we bring it back, and then we bring it back onto a new creature or land or whatever we want to get rid of, and then that's how the cycle kind of goes through. We've got 4 of those. We have 4 Journey to Nowheres as well. So you got 4 of these flickers to get Reality Acid out, then back in, and get rid of whatever it's attached to. Same with Tarifa's Time Twist, exile target permanent you control, Reality Acid. Return this card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step, and then blah. This little part isn't really useful, but if it enters the battlefield as a creature, it enters with an additional +1/+1. It doesn't, but this is just another way to flicker it out of existence and then back in, getting rid of whatever we have. And you got 4 of those. Then we've got, now we're into our creatures. There are a lot of them, a good chunk of them. These are all lands. I will go through these in a second. But a nice little stack of creatures here. So we've got Custody Squire, flying, Will of the Council. When Custody Squire enters the battlefield, starting with you, each player votes on an artifact, creature, or enchantment card in your graveyard. Return each card with the most votes or tied for most votes to your hand. So you're playing one-on-one. Boom, I'm going to throw this down. I'm going to vote for Reality Acid or Teferi's Time Twist or whatever, right? And then I'm getting that one because my opponent has to vote for another card. If they're smart, they'll vote for that card too, so I only get one, or they vote for another card. But usually they'll vote for that one card, so that you only get one card instead of two. But that is Custody Squire. We're only running one of those. It's a it's a 3/3 flying creature, which is pretty nice, and then has the ability to bring something back. We've also got Heliod's Pilgrim. When Heliod's Pilgrim enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an aura card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Well, look what aura I'm holding right in my hand. This is used to get that Reality Acid. Only one of those. Those ones are helpful, but they're not like the main thing for the deck, so we're only running one of those. Then we've got Core Skyfisher. I believe we're running 4 of these bad boys. Yeah, running 4 of these Core Skyfisher because flying, when Core Skyfisher enters the battlefield, return a permanent you control to its owner's hand. So Reality Acid's coming back to my hand. It has left the battlefield. Whatever it was attached to goes bye-bye. So we're running 4 of those so that we have 2/3 flyers, and we have the ability to bounce Reality Acid back into my hand, and then I can play it again, throw it on something else, and then play whatever I want. So then we've got Seagate Oracle here. When Seagate Oracle enters the battlefield, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the other on the bottom of your library. Just a way to filter what you're getting next. And you get a card for it. A good way to just try and get Reality Acid, whatever you're looking for, or if Reality Acid's out, anything. Just a nice way to draw some cards. So I'm running 2 of those. Then we're running Dreamstalker, four Dreamstalkers. So Dreamstalker says, when Dreamstalker enters the battlefield, return a permanent you control to its owner's hand. Wow, exactly like Core Skyfisher. Boom, I'm getting that Reality Acid back into my hand. And then I can just, whatever is attached to is gone, and then boom, I can play it back out. So pretty great. And then we've got 4 of those, and then last we have 4 Muldrifters. So Muldrifter reads, flying, always nice. When Muldrifter enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. So I could just play this to draw 2 cards. It's just a nice. It's always nice to draw 2 cards. It's a 2/2 flying, and it has an evoke cost. 2 colorless of 1 island. You may cast this spell for its evoke cost. If you do, it's sacrificed when it enters the battlefield. I don't really play it for the evoke cost, but I do play it to have a 2/2 on the field and draw some cards. So those are basically that's the deck. That is the deck right there. The whole thing is to get Reality Acid out there, and then we're just going to be bouncing it back, exiling it, bringing it back in, all that kind of stuff to just destroy a field, your opponent's field, not yours, and destroy your opponent's field, and then just swing in with all those guys that you have, and then there you go, you just continue to have fun. And then we'll just quickly just go over the island, or the mana. Got Lonely Sandbar here, comes in tap it to add an island, and you can cycle it. Same thing with Secluded Step, however you want to pronounce that. One of each of those. A Kabiri Crossroads, gain 2 life, and you add a plains with it. Just some, lands that have some extra effects to it. Gain 1 life. This one taps for both, which is nice. Got 4 of those. We got 4 of those, and then Azorius Chancery. This one is actually really good to play with any of the ones that let you gain a life, because you can bounce. You have to return a land to its owner's hand. You get to return this land. This could tap for 2, so you're not really losing that, because when you can untap it next turn, you're tapping for 2, whereas one of these taps for 1. Then you can play this again and get some life back. So I got a couple of those, which is nice, and then the rest are just 3 plains, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 islands. So that's basically the deck. It is super fun to play. It's one of those decks where it's just like, when it's popping off, it's so fun, but also like so mean. Just like, let's get rid of that card. Let's get rid of this card. Let's get rid of that card off of you. Let's get rid of that. Oh, it looks like you don't have any cards on the field anymore. I'm just going to swing in for full. I'm just going to swing in again because I got rid of everything on you, because you can't really play. If you're able to get a board wipe and just clear the board off, they're not able to play cards fast enough. Depending on how many reality acids you have going, they're not able to keep up a pace to be able to outpace it. So if you are able to basically clear their whole board, you're safe for to just win the game. It's super fun, one of my favorite decks to play, and I hope you give it a try because it's a blast. Thank you so much for watching. My name has been Prodigious TCC, and until I see you next time, have a fantastic day.